All right, guys. Real quick, I wanted to release a dream that I was given back in May of 2008, and I didn't, I didn't feel that it was ready to be released all these years. But like I said in a post last night, that there's a sense of urgency now to release it, and I don't fully have the interpretation of it. So if anybody has understanding, is given understanding, um, please share with us. But I gotta make it. Okay, I gotta say a couple of things about it first. So I had a dream about Obama in May of 2008 before he was elected president for his first term. And in the dream that I had, um, one of the things I noticed was Obama's hair was gray, or not fully gray, but it wasn't, he looked more aged. And also, I need to note that I've never been in a subway before. I've never been in any kind of, train, subway, any station, or anything like that. So I don't know what that means, but okay, so in my dream, it starts off that I was getting on a subway. I walked into a subway and I was crying, just extremely crying, and um, like sorrowful. Like I could feel this pain in my heart, like I had just lost, it felt like, my entire family. And I was, extremely upset, and I was breaking down, but, was getting on a subway. And um, I look up and I see Obama. I didn't really, I didn't know anything about him. I knew he was, and becoming popular and running for, announced he was running for president. I didn't know anything about him at that time. But anyways, I looked up and I see Obama, and I'm sitting there, I'm still just bawling my eyes out. And he has this concerned look on his face, like, and in my mind I could feel like him saying, come here, you need a hug. Anyway, so he didn't like physically say that, but in my mind, in the dream, I could, that's what he was saying. Well, he looks concerned. He walks over and he just wraps his arms around me. And I don't know if this is important, but he's wearing a white button-up shirt, a white button-up dress shirt, and he's got his sleeves rolled back a couple of times, like before his elbow. And then he's wearing black slacks. Well, he comes up and he puts his arms around me, and he's just holding me. And I am just bawling and crying, and he doesn't ever ask what's wrong or anything like that. He's just holding me and rubbing my back, and like I felt so much love coming from him that, it was like when he was, rubbing my back and it felt like a father. It felt like, this was my father, and he was trying to make his little girl feel better. And, it was just like being in the arms of a father. Okay, so that was the feeling I got. Well, after a long time of him just sitting there and hugging me, I had come to a point, I had quit crying, and I was just, I just had something lift off of me, and I was able to, gain self-control. And so when I got to that point, I was about to step back, like, and say thank you, so I was about to, I had released my arms and was about to step back. And as I took that step back and started pulling my arms down to thank him for, just consoling me, um, I had this gut wrenching pain. And it was like all the essence of every cell in my body was coming together and exiting out of my stomach. And I was in shock. I was froze, and I couldn't move, and all I could do was look down like, what is this? Well, from him tethered to my stomach was like this green essence. It was like my soul was leaving my stomach, and he was sucking it up. He was, I don't know how to describe how I saw it, other than it just looked like this glowy green air going from my stomach to his. And all of a sudden he got this grin, and this most wicked, evil grin after holding me and making me fit and just completely deceiving me. And I knew it was betrayal. It was, this is not a fight. He was stealing everything I had or ever had, everything of me. And I just felt, he was deceitful. I was betrayed. I was locked and frozen, and I couldn't do anything. And I stood there until everything had flowed out of me. And then, I couldn't move. I was pretty much, I guess, dead. I don't know, but I was still standing. And as I was looking at his face, he was so happy. He was so thrilled and so wicked, and he started laughing at me. And it was like one of the most painful things that I could ever remember going through. It was such a deception. I don't know, I'm sure other people have experienced stuff like that. But anyway, so at that point I woke up. But it was on the subway. He was, didn't say a word to me, but wrapped his arms around me and just, loved on me like a father, got me to calm down. And, then I was instantly betrayed. But so if any of y'all have any kind of understanding on that, I understand a little bit of it, but I just wanted to put that out there and share because there's a sense of urgency, and I don't know what's about to take place, but I feel people need to know about that. And so I love you guys. Y'all take care, and if you can, please comment. God bless.